Ask the right question. Video number 2. How often do you doodle? What do your doodles usually look like? By the end of this lesson, you will be able to talk about your drawing habits, describe simple drawings, express frequency naturally, give reasons for your answers. How often do you doodle? What do your doodles usually look like? How often do you doodle? Means, how frequently do you draw little pictures without thinking much? What do your doodles usually look like? Means, describe the kinds of pictures you usually draw. How often do you doodle?
I doodle almost every day, especially when I'm talking on the phone or listening to a long meeting.
What do your doodles usually look like?
I usually draw flowers, stars, smiley faces, and simple geometric shapes. Every day, almost every day, several times a week, once a week, sometimes, occasionally, rarely, hardly ever, never. How often do you read books?
I read books every day before I go to bed.
I read books every day because I enjoy learning new things. I usually read books 2 or 3 times a week. I read books only on weekends because I'm busy during the week. I don't read books very often. I usually read articles online instead. I rarely read books, but I want to make it a daily habit. How often do you exercise?
I exercise 3 times a week.
One, I exercise every morning before I go to work. 2, I usually exercise 3 times a week. 3, I exercise on weekends because I don't have much free time during the week. 4, I don't exercise very often, but I try to go for a walk every evening. 5, I rarely exercise, but I want to become healthier and more active. How often do you watch movies?
I watch movies once or twice a month.
One, I watch movies every weekend with my family. 2, I usually watch 1 or 2 movies a month. 3, I watch movies whenever I have free time. 4, I don't watch movies very often because I'm busy with work. 5, I rarely watch movies, but I enjoy watching comedies with my friends. How often do you call your best friend?
I call my best friend almost every day.
One, I call my best friend every day because we like to stay in touch. 2, I usually call my best friend 2 or 3 times a week. 3. I call my best friend whenever I have something important to share. 4. I don't call my best friend very often because we usually text each other. 5. I rarely call my best friend, but we always have long conversations when we do.
I call my best. How often do you clean your room?
I clean my room every weekend. One, I clean my room every day because I like to keep it tidy. 2, I usually clean my room once a week. 3, I clean my room every Saturday morning. 4, I don't clean my room very often because I'm busy with my studies. 5, I rarely clean my room, but I always tidy it before guests come. I usually doodle flowers and leaves. I usually doodle simple shapes. I usually doodle small cartoon faces. I usually doodle in my notebook. I usually doodle random patterns. I usually doodle stars and hearts. I usually doodle when I have free time. I usually doodle things that come to my mind.
I often doodle when I am bored. I often doodle when I am studying. I often doodle when I am listening to music. I often doodle when I am talking on the phone. I often doodle when I am waiting for someone. I often doodle when I have nothing to do. I often doodle when I am thinking about something. I often doodle when I am in a meeting.
My doodles are usually simple and creative. My doodles are usually small and colorful. My doodles are usually flowers and animals. My doodles are usually funny cartoon characters. My doodles are usually random drawings. My doodles are usually black and white sketches. My doodles are usually inspired by nature. My doodles are usually simple but meaningful.
They look like small works of art. They look like cartoon pictures. They look like colorful patterns. They look like real flowers. They look like funny faces. They look like designs from a notebook. They look like drawings from a children's book. They look like something from my imagination. They look like small works of art. They look like cartoon pictures. They look like colorful patterns. They look like real flowers. They look like funny faces. They look like designs from a notebook. They look like drawings from a children's book. They look like something from my imagination. When do you usually doodle?
I usually doodle while I'm studying or waiting for someone.
Why do you doodle?
It helps me relax and concentrate.
Do you think doodling improves creativity?
Yes, it helps me think of new ideas.
What is your favorite thing to draw?
I enjoy drawing trees and mountains.
Have you ever taken an art class?
No, I've never taken an art class, but I enjoy drawing in my free time.
What do you use for doodling?
I usually use a pencil and a notebook.
Do you keep your doodles?
Yes, I keep some of them in my notebook.
Would you like to learn drawing?
Yes, I'd love to improve my drawing skills.
I doodle several times a week, especially when I'm studying or waiting for someone. My doodles are usually simple: flowers, stars, smiley faces, and geometric shapes. I don't plan them, I just draw whatever comes to mind. Doodling helps me relax and keeps my mind active. I think it's a fun way to express my creativity, and I'd like to improve my drawing skills in the future.